Happy Tuesday, Fuzzy Goat family. I hope you all are doing well. I'm happy to be here with you. Fix my necklace, sorry. Happy to be here with you on this Tuesday, and hope everybody had a good weekend. I had a little reprieve with my girlfriends, and that was lovely. We did a little bit of knitting, and it's funny the things, like after you've been knitting a long time, that you take for granted. My one friend is a beginner knitter, but she's definitely jumping into some advanced things. Like I think she's going to try to make Stormy sweater, the sleeveless Stormy sweater. Maybe, because I got her started on a swatch in the round, which was totally mind-blowing to her. And hey Lynn, Indiana, how are you? Because she's never done anything in the round, and then the swatch, I was trying to be good and teach her the right way from the beginning, not the way that I got lazy and started doing. But I am Betty Dixon. Are you watching? Hello. And Sally, hello. So anyway, so she was doing her swatch. I was going to have her block it, and then she was going to let me know where she was. She's a very tight knitter. I told her she uses wooden needles or bamboo, whatever. And I had told her maybe she wanted to go to the stainless steel, that it might help her not be so tight. She said, why would I want to do that? She didn't like that. So anyway, and the other thing that I thought was funny, she was talking about weaving in her end. So I helped her with that. And she's like, I said, well, don't you have a darning needle? She goes, what is that? So we got out our Notion bags, which she wasn't sure what that was. So we got our Notion bags out and we compared what we had in there. And she actually had some darning needles in there from our shop that she didn't know what they were used for. So apparently when she was weaving in her ends, she made a shawl and a wrap. She was using the needle and just smushing in the ends, which was really funny. And I showed her, she goes, oh, well, that's so much easier. So we'll see. And then my other friend brought yarn, and she was practicing knitting. So it was just 3 of us. And so we actually did quite a bit of knitting. They, hello, my husband's watching. Hello. Priscilla's watching as well. They were a little surprised at how many projects I had going, and I was trying to encourage my friend Claudette to cast on another project, and she was like, I can't do that. So anyway, we had a lovely weekend. All right, so let's see what I want to talk about. I guess that was it. Yes, I guess that was it. I'm looking at my notes. I'm going to start talking about my projects. So I did a little work on my Express Yourself sweater, and I'm in the body. Oh, it looks really pretty when I hold it up like that. So I'm in the body. I'm gonna have to measure, I can't remember how many inches it wants us to go down, but it's, kind of boring stuff, but I'll work on it a little bit here and there. So this is Express Yourself sweater using the Boucle knit collage yarn. Okay, haven't decided yet what I'm going to do with these sleeves. Don't want them really long. But I think the sweater's too big for just short sleeves. So I don't know, we might do something like right below the elbow or something. But what I did want to show you is Cadence's, because she's also making the sweater, and just in comparison. So this is hers. She has separated for the sleeves, and so just the different colors that you can do. I will put the link up for these colors as well. Among my husband, just in time for summer. Yes, just in time for summer. I will be wearing the sweater maybe in here. Maybe I'll get to wear it before I have to pack it up for the summer. But anyway, so here's Cadence. The rest of her body's gonna be blue. So, I think I mentioned, I kind of was talking a lot about gauge swatches this weekend with my friend Claudette, and made me think of this sweater, because when I did my gauge swatch, this is what I was thinking. I probably checked the stitches and not the rows. And when you're doing color work, the rows can be important too, although I'm not sure what I would have done differently. You know what I'm saying? If my stitch gauge was right, what I would have done with, anyway. So Cadence, I believe, she said she left out one of these sections that's just one color. I think she left out one of the rows. So that's probably what I've done had I known my, going into the project that my row gauge was going to be off. I probably would have strategically decided where to leave out some rows. Anyway, so with that being said, I don't know, just thinking about gauge swatches a lot. Hello, Harriet and Marcia. Hello, thank you for watching. So that is Cadence, and this is mine. Yeah, I feel like I'm a little tighter down here, which I'm glad, because before you separate for the sleeves, this thing looked like it was going to hold a whole football team, but I think, I'm hoping when I block it, it's going to relax a little bit as well. But this part down here just seems a little, I guess because it's color work and you do have 2 colors going on, or 3 at times. So anyway, express yourself. Almost done with that. The next thing, before I go on to like all my projects, the reason I was talking so much about gauge swatch this weekend was I did my gauge swatch for Harvest, what are we calling it? Harvest Sunrise sweater, oversized sweater, something like that. Oh, Marcia is saying she's late. Not really late. I've just been rambling. You can go back and watch that stuff if you want. Haven't started talking about my projects really yet. So I did my gauge swatch for, it's on Earth 16 is the name of the yarn. And I can't remember what color I'm doing. I don't have my tags with me. Do I? Maybe I do. I do. I do. I'm doing blue, BL, blue, 70. So I know you guys probably were a little surprised because we did have some more, what I might call a wine color, but I didn't pick that. But I'm trying to change things up a little bit. This is definitely still in my jewel tone, so very soft. Okay, so to my gauge. So this sweater is done in pieces. So I had to explain that to my friend Claudette, that she was going in the round doing her gauge swatch. We did our gauge swatches at the same time, and I was going back and forth. And so I explained to her about the pearl stitch, how that is also a longer stitch or uses more yarn. So anyway, here we are. So I think the pattern called for an 8, all right? I did my 8 and I was short a couple stitches. I can't remember off the top of my head. I have it written down on my pattern. Hold on. Because I need to put it in my Ravelry. Let's see where my notes are. So on the 8, well, oh, it's on the inside because I hadn't really started it yet. So on the 8, I had 19 stitches and I'm supposed to have 21. So that I felt like, and the fabric was a little loose. She says in here that the lace pattern, once you block it, if not block it, is going to loosen up. So I was afraid this was going to be too loose. So then I switched to 7. Yes, a 7. I liked the fabric, but it was still, my stitches were still too big. I had too many in my gauge, too few. They were big, so I had too few in my gauge swatch, sorry. So then I went to a 6, and every time, you guys, you'll be proud of me, and so would Patty Lyons, I actually wet it and hung it. Yes, just like I'll be wearing it. And I think I'm gonna do the 6. It's a little tighter, but I feel like once, I'm gonna show you the sweater. And I did have somebody ask that when I hold it up to hold it a little longer. Oh, you see my notes on there too. And I know you're reading it backwards. It is the Harvest Sunset Oversized Pullover, okay? I'll get it close so you can see. So it's just a repeat lace pattern there. Cadence has actually started hers, and we, over the weekend, were texting back and forth about the gauge swatch. So she decided, you had your gauge swatch when you did the 8, it was too big. You had too few stitches. The needle was too big.
Yes.
Needle was too big.
Yes.
So I don't think she has her gauge swatch.
Even the 7.
Even the 7.
No, I don't have my, I undid it.
That's okay.
I undid my gauge swatch.
And so what she decided was to knit English instead of continental because she's a little tighter. And she's using the 7, even though the gauge swatch she had a little bit, the needle was too big, so she had too few stitches, but she's making the smaller size than she was planning to make to try to compensate for that. Again, it's oversized and it's pieced together. So this is hers. Yeah. Fun little repeat there. Lovely orange. You want to knit, somebody has said they want to knit the harvest sweater. So I'll keep you posted. Like I said, I think I have to get maybe one thing off my needles before I actually start that one. But I would suggest definitely doing a gauge swatch with it, and just also just to get to know your yarn a little bit. So anyway, this is Cadence's, and she's using a 7. So there you go. The yarn is, I love the stitch definition. You can, I had no trouble, surprisingly, counting my stitches with this, even when it was kind of dark out. So anyway, and look, I have the bag. That kind of matches it right now. Fun, fun, fun. All right, so that's the Sunset Harvest. What am I talking about now? Oh, let's go to Stephen West. I did get some work done on this. Getting out with all this yarn on here. Hold on. Get it situated. Yes, it's getting along. I have to decide if I'm gonna do all the repeats or not. So I did finish this one, and actually I kind of like the color, even though they were pretty similar. And I have my, I call this a separator row of 2 rows. That's the Surrey. And then we're getting into this repeat, like this one down here. Sorry, using different colors. This one is using, well, you can see like the blue, navy blue is one color, and then that maroon color from Scotland. My daughter brought me from Scotland. So this is coming along. It's going much faster now that I've figured out the best way to use my stitch markers to, let me know when something is changing and something's happening. So there we go. Yep. All right. That's my Stephen West mohair. How do I always say this one wrong? Where's my note? Mohairino Melody. So there we go. Fingering, good stash buster if you have a lot of different fingering yarns, fingering weight yarns. And it looks like, I think there's 4 different sections that you do 3 different repeats. So I guess I'll make it that long, because otherwise I think it might be somewhere in there, might be too short. So I got to figure that out. Oh, back to my gauge swatch for the Harvest Sunset. So Cadence and I were talking about the rows. So I'm going to have to pay attention to that, where the repeats are in the lace repeat. Like if I need to, because my rows are going to probably be longer. Do you see what I'm saying? Anyway, we'll see. Stay in tune for that one. I have been also reading this. I'm still reading this. I'm a slow reader because most of my time is spent knitting. And then when I get to bed, I like to read, but then sometimes I'm way too tired. So she had another tip in here, which I thought was she had some math tips on gauge, and if you wanted a size between the two, like say you wanted to make a 42 finish with, but they have a 40 and a 44. She gets into some of that. I didn't pay too much attention because I earmarked it. I thought when I come across it, I'll go back and read her notes on that too. But she did have one thing, I don't know if I can find it in here. She was talking about the long tail cast on and how you have a sad face with it when you cast on, and sometimes people think if they just go to a bigger needle, I'm sorry, I was reading the book, that it would fix it, but it doesn't fix it. So she had a tip in there which I thought was really cool, that when you're doing your cast on, you put your finger up to separate the cast on stitches, and it gives it extra yarn so it doesn't do that sad face, when you have your cast on. Anyway, a lot of good information in this book. Patty Lyons Knitting Bag of Tricks. I think some of you may have it and have read it, but I think it's pretty cool. All right. Okay, let's go to, and I'm just going to show you this boucle wound up. It is a wonkin ball of yarn. So it's just big. It's very floofy. All right, so this is my Papa sweater. I'm super excited. Worked on this a little bit. It's going to be pretty big. I think it is one size fits all, so it is oversized as well. And yeah, you can kind of see it there. I think I'm going to show you. I think I have like 10 rows left in the pattern. So maybe that would be my reward. Maybe I finish that chart and then I can cast on, because then it's just, let's see what row am I I think I have like 12 rows left. And a lot of that looks pretty easy. So I'm pretty excited about that. That's the Papa DK weight. The Paloma DK has a little silk in it. And the white is something I had in my stash. It's called Farmhouse White. Okay, super excited. I think that's all I got in here. We did just get, I should have showed them that, forgot. We just got, so yeah, well, I was going to show them some of the DK that we got in Madeline Tosh. We got some good DK yarns in this weekend. I guess Cadence did. Did you talk about it this weekend, Cadence?
I did not. Because,
okay.
It wasn't up yet.
Yeah. So maybe I'll show you some of those fun colors. This one is, let me make sure this is my Peach Fuzz. Peach Fuzz. And I got to my red, and I'm just loving this red. I think it's about time I might need to switch to a summer sweater, but I'm okay just yet. Oops. Okay, so this is what I did. This is the front. I did add a little stripey there because I was running out of the light gray. Thank you. And I'll keep it quick. And so this is the front. I said I did the back first, so I was running out of the light gray, so I decided just to put a couple little stripes in there. This is the back, no stripes. And now I'm in the round, okay? And I've started my red. Isn't this a beautiful red? I just like that. I guess you call that purple red. This is, again, Peach Fuzz. So the sleeves are, well, they're seamed now, drop sleeves. So they come down to like here, kind of like the Weekender. So yeah, it's a fun one. I think I'm on a 7 with that, size 7 needles. That is worsted weight, so yeah, I won't be wearing that anytime soon either. But that's okay. This one, this is the Dando Knit Along Bamboo. This one, if I can finish it soon, I can be wearing it. So I think I showed you all the front. Let me see if I can do this without getting all tangled. I got a wonky ball of yarn in there. So this is the front, and this is the back. And I have, is this the front? Yeah. I have to do 90 rows, and I have my 10, 20, 30, I think I got 40. So I'm almost halfway there. So I'll be done sooner rather than later on that one. And definitely be wearing that this summer. So this is Dando, it's her silk cotton blend, and her patterns are just fun and usually pretty quick because they're on bigger needles. So Deborah can't believe how fast I knit. I know, sometimes I feel like my needles just have a mind of their own. They just go. All right, I think this is my last project that I was gonna show you. So this is the Hardigan. This one has not been fast. I will admit. And the reason is now I'm on zeros. These are basically toothpicks. So I am on zeros to do, I've started it, the ribbing. What?
Nothing.
Oh! I busted them.
That's
So,
how you're doing all that and then it's a gift.
oh, oh, and I'm giving it away. I thought you meant like it is a gift for a friend. And the ribbing. So I have, I think, 1 more inch of the ribbing, and then I have to do some shaping on the shoulders and the neck. So I think in the end, the ribbing is about 3 or 4 inches. So about there. Now at least I can kind of do this without thinking. I do still see I've got my markers in there. Yeah. So anyway, yes, this is a gift for a friend. And I'm ready. I'm sure she's ready. I'm ready to be able to move on. Okay, so let me just show you real quick some of the DK kits, just because I was talking about some DK sweaters. And the sweater I am wearing is the Anchor, okay, this is weird, the Anchor Summer Tee by Petite Knits. It's a DK. She's got many versions of that pattern. She has a fingering weight, and I think she just calls it the Anchor tee, but this one with the DK is the Anchor Summer tee, and it has directions for the short sleeves, I believe. And then she also has another DK pattern that uses fingering and maybe a lace together, and it's long sleeve. So, and they're different patterns. It's not all one. So, all right. So this is Madeline Tosh. Let's see. It's called Tosh DK, and it is 100% superwash merino wool. And we tried to get some spring colors in. So this color is Hosta Blue. I love it. I mean, their colors are just kind of complex. They're not just, just one color. It's kind of cool. All right. I'll go quick.
I don't think we've got
This is another pretty blue. Oh, I might be able to pronounce this one. Oh, yeah. Nassau blue. That is beautiful. Beautiful. Let's see. This is fun pink. Barbara deserved better. I love that name. And the specks are all kinds of specks, like a brown, black. There's looks like a little bit of purple, a little bit of gold color in there too. I don't know if it's an orange or a yellow. So definitely some pink down here, pinker, darker specks down here. So yeah, that would be a fun one to do, like color work in, or in a shawl type thing. This is the one, and I think somebody had asked about this. This is that I did my Shandian. This is the color I did my Shandian. Lynn is saying that ideas to knit. A lot of ideas. I know, I get that way. I get on Ravelry. I have to stop. I have to stop looking at Ravelry because I'm like, that one, I'm going to do that one. Yes, this is gorgeous. I think we call this Superb. Yep, Superb. And this is the one that was in my Shandy. There's just a lot going on with this, but I really liked it in my sweater. And this is Madeline Tosh DK. All right. Got some of that in. I'm trying to kind of go in a color. No, I'm not going in a color scheme. This is Georgia Pecan, I believe. Oh, Glazed Pecan. Yeah, that is beautiful. Let's see, you can kind of see something. Yeah, darker in there. It's very cool. All right, let's do the yellow. Got a little bit of yellow. Gotta have a yellow. This is called Daisy. Yeah, like that one. And I mean that, I don't know if it's brown, black, dark purple. I mean, you could do a lot of things with that. This is another fun one. What do we call this one? You do you. I do like to tell people that. You do you. So that's fun. Fun one. All right, now we're going into some pinks. This is a neat color. So, calligraphy. It's kind of a neutral with a little bit of pink lavender. I don't know, but it's kind of really neat. See the end of it here. Yeah, it's got a lot going on with that one. What did I say the name of this one was? Yeah, calligraphy. And let me tell you the yardage in here. Just, it's on our website, fuzzygoatyarns.com, but 100% superwash merino. I think I said that. And the yardage is $2.25 on all of these. So I just have shown you. These are all DK. This color, oh, I'm not going to say this. It's French. It's a French name. Couette, do, Deux. Look at that color. You know I could, yeah, that's a really pretty color. Pink. And then this one is another one of my favorite colors, and it's fragrant, which is a great name for it because there's just a lot going on there. I mean, there's some browns in there. I just think that's really cool. We actually got this in fingering and sport, which is the pashmina, and in DK. We got several of these in all those weights. I'm just showing you the DK right now. This one, I just have a couple more. Mars and Retrograde. That's a fun name. Pinks, reds, some speckly stuff. And lastly, this is Elizabeth Taylor. Great purple. So yeah. So hopefully I won't go home with those today, but they are lovely. Please let us know if we can help you guys with anything. We'd love to help you put projects together, show you colors if you want them next to each other. Look at our website too to check out those yarns, and then if you need us to send you a picture with some together, we can do that. I look forward to catching up with you guys next week, and maybe I'll have something off my needles, which would be nice. I can wear something new. Have a great week, and yeah, take your allergy pill. That's all I can say. Here it is just nasty yellow out. But anyway, have a good week, and we'll see you next week.